Hey guys, Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, US pre-market open. Nat gas is officially a buy signal on the super trend. The buy signal kicked in April 29th, which is yesterday. Got the buy signal on the weekly. If you're a conservative, you're like, no, I'm not trusting this move. Well, then you got to wait at least for 261 to either consider going into nat gas, thinking that it's going to go at least test 365. But if you're, a little risky, and if you were short since January 19th, you got all this, downside. But now that things have changed, now it's in a buy signal on this strategy or indicator. Just wanted to put that out there. Let's go into our what we normally do here is look at our market profile. So look, we broke right through here, and there was no bulls in sight. They were gone. Maybe they're waiting for us here, and that's what I think was going on. So I kind of put my target around the 10th. I might just chuck along, grind, pull back, or whatever, but somewhere around the 10th. Maybe leading into the 17th, things could get ugly if we chuck along in this projection and get to fill. This is a gap, mind you. Contract trade gap, whatever you want to call it. It's a hole. And it needs to get filled, according to some traders in the pit. That doesn't have to, but, they say it does. And most likely it's going to have to get filled because eventually net gas is not going to stay down here forever. So it's going to get filled, and my target is 231. Now, can it continue going higher? Yeah, it could. It could probably even go to the value area high of 273. But we're taking baby steps. So that's my target up here, and just know that there is a lot of resistance here. This is bear territory. So just keep that in mind. Trail your stops, because you never know. The Black Widow is quick. She entices you. She tricks you. Once she got you in a groove, pulling you in with some nice music and a little glass of wine, and then she gets ready to get you. MACD still positive on the monthly. We don't have a Hikanashi candle yet. And maybe might turn for next month, for May. We just kissed our SMA, 20 SMA on the weekly, which is 209. Could possibly stall here. I don't know. We'll see. But so far, we're kissing some moving averages on the weekly, which is good. MACD is still positive. Sentiment is still going up. I can't remember from my map mind where these numbers, where we at compared to now, but I have to look at my map mind. And on the daily, we're about to kiss the 100 SMA. That's somewhere around, is it 210? Linear regression channel, we're above it. What's interesting about this is that this thing adjusts. Linear regression channel is always adjusting in regards to price action. Since we got this contract change, it's a little weird. It's not like normal, price action. Once you get this jump, this hiccup, as I call it, things will adjust. But in theory, you're very overextended up here, but you have to go with price action. Price is king, as they say, and it's moving along, and it's in the cloud. So just be careful because it could get volatile here until we break at least above 220, or get out of this cloud to start chucking along nicely. The future on the cloud is positive as of. Well, it's in the future, but right now it's positive, so that's good. And then we got to contend with this weekly candle, not candle, cloud, but we're not there yet. We got the 50, we got the 100, and we got the value point of control, which is 258. That's all the way up here. You got a linear regression channel pointing down. Let's go into our 4-hour chart, and you can see my first impulse. We got open skies. We got this one all the way over here, and this trend line held when it and had a change of contract, found support even with this. This is the 1x4, and now it's just grinding higher. We go to our 3-5 high impulse, which is your second impulse, but this is on a daily, so it's a little off. Let's go to the daily and kind of look at this. Maybe even move this here. I should have done the let's see. There we go. This is my second impulse from the daily chart, and you see that we have a 1x1. So we got to keep this on watch. Normally, when price action kisses the 1x1 45, especially on a scale chart, this is not a scale chart. This is the impulse Gann grid. Most of the time, it fails. See here, you kind of tell it never kissed it here, but especially when it goes down and it retests it, especially for the first time, you can see here's a couple. But so this is a line you want to keep an eye on. And today, as of right here, that's what, 213. The more days we go, the higher it is. So it depends if we could get up there. But once we get up there, this is a thing you want to keep an eye on. Let's go back to our 4-hour. And let's look at our FT levels. And so far, this is the DNA levels of nat gas. So far, this held like to the T. Next FT levels will be around 228 to 225. If we could get up there, that's good. I got my target of 231, the white line right there. And anything else, channels. This is another thing you want to watch, this channel from the 4-hour chart. You want to keep an eye on that. It's chugging along nicely. Once we get up there, we got to assess and see what's going to happen there. If it's going to kiss, stall and retrace back, or continue pushing higher and ignore the channel and continue grinding higher. So that's a level you want to keep an eye on. And I think that's it for this chart. I don't have anything else to show you that's important. Andrew's pitchfork, you can see that I put this here. That's the midpoint here, and prices bounced above it, so that's good. This is the original one I had, and you can see that we found support here. So we're going to contend with the 25 and then the 50, which is the midpoint right here. But we haven't gone there yet, so we got to see. So it's like between this one and that channel that's coming across, you want to keep an eye on, and that 1x1. So it's a lot of stuff you got to look in regards to geometry. That's why Gann stuff is very, complex. You're looking at a lot of different things to see where things were kind of start stalling, and then look at price action. Let's go to our midpoint. As you can see, I'm messing around with some things on my midpoint. I didn't change it back. I have two, views. I got these two indicators I use. So my midpoint has snapbacks. So snapbacks are like, this is where you would get in when prices snap back, because the trend is up. So the way to look for that, you can look at an indicator, and I use a SOAP. This would be a place you could probably get in. This is another place you would get in. So it's a snapback. But let me just maybe just go back to my regular midpoint chart. Let's see, type that in here. It's much cleaner. There you go. So far we're chugging along. Here's a target of this month, which is 211. We haven't gone there yet, but very close. And you got 225 here. And for the week, we're already about to hit our pivot high of 210, which is very close. And then you got 221, and it's already Tuesday. So can I get up there? Yeah, very possible. Let's just take baby steps. Let's see if we could get around 210 to 210 pretty much to 211, and see if we can get up there. If we could get there and hold for this week, then the next one would be 220. That's the extreme. And for today, you have to hold at least the 199, which is $2, which is going to be a lot of support here. And we already hit our pivot. First pivot, which is 209, 210, around there. The next one for today, only today, will be 213. So that depends if they want to try to push it lower and grind higher, or just kind of go sideways here. So that's the game plan there. And lastly, we're around 209 high. We're here. So yeah, 211, 210. This is where it gets interesting, because you made it all the way past 204, 180. You got this degree right here, 225, I believe. And then you got the 152 low, so you got to watch out for 212. And then you got your 194 low, before 14. You got to watch 214 and 212 for possibly maybe stalling or having an issue. But if we could get above 212 and 214 and 211, the path of least resistance is to 218. And then once we get there, that's your 270 degree. And from here, maybe oscillate back and forth here until we could project and push higher to 225. So once we get here, the focus is to get in between this, these range right here, back and forth. We'll push here, or maybe stall here and then go maybe back and forth here. So this is where we're going to probably be battling it out maybe this week. 231 is my target. 232 right here. 233, 232, and just watch out for May 17th or a couple of days earlier. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that gas.